In my speech, I will address, first of all, some technicalities about the study, and in the second part, some conclusions about that. Let me remember that this is the first international survey on interim management performed with such an amount of companies, all of them pure interim management providers across the globe. I know that we have said that before, but it's important enough to repeat. In total, there were invited companies belonging to the AIM Group, Globalized and Senior Management Worldwide, and 45 of them positively respond to the survey, which are the majority of the companies invited. And they represent interim management in 50 countries. You can imagine the most important ones, either in Europe, in America, in Asia, and in Oceania as well. About the main conclusions, I'm going to share 5 of them with you. Let me explain that this is not, the idea is not to resume the study for you, but to invite you to download later on the study to take your own conclusion. On our side, the first one is that interim management is positively rated in roughly 70% of the countries. Out of them, in 50% of the countries, it is consolidated. However, in another 20% of the countries, it is growing rapidly, so that we hope that it consolidates as well in the following years. Secondly, it is probably a curiosity to know that in those countries in which interim management is consolidated, the public sector contributes and normally higher interim management. Unfortunately, Spain is not amongst them, but it is our duty to work toughly towards that aim. And another conclusion is that all companies surveyed are highly experienced, or not more than experienced, are specialized on interim management. 60% of them are poor players, are single providers of interim management services. They don't provide any other services, while the remaining 40% provides other related management services, such as executive research or management advisory or consultancy services. The fourth conclusion that I wanted to share with you is which is the value added by the specialized providers versus direct hiring of interim management by the companies. Well, there are several. The first one is the experience that interim providers add to the customers. And that experience, it is due to not only the number of years in the industry, but also we are talking about geographical experience, also sectorial experience, and a lot of circumstances work throughout this kind of project. The second one is the set of services that interim management providers grant to their customers, starting with fixed starting and end dates project, following with planning, risk advising, monitoring, controlling, knowledge transfer of the projects, and also some warranties, such as, for instance, substitutions if that was necessary. And the third advantage is the large networks of best-in-class executives that we all have in our database, which are not all only very relevant executives in their previous life as managing directors or regardless their responsibilities, but also are true interim managers, people who are willing to be interim managers, as has been previously interviewed and assessed by ourselves, so they are ready to enter in interim management practice. And the last one is which are the main drivers behind companies hiring interim management services. The first one is precisely the experience, the level of awareness that the customer has about interim management. Obviously, first time is always the most difficult in all aspects of life, in interim management as well. So the good news is that once company try interim management, normally they repeat. So awareness is very important. The second is speed. To start mission, within a few days, we are able to start a project. The third is cost benefit. So cost versus the range of services that I commented before that the providers offer. And finally, the flexibility in all contractual terms and conditions.